Standout Society. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. For today, I wanted to talk about my personal coaching challenge and how I laid out myself a schedule. And I'm doing this video in hopes for you to be able to relate this to whatever goal you're trying to achieve right now. Or if you're maybe into coaching yourself, then you can use this to help you gain insights for your own challenge, for your own personal challenge. So when it comes to my personal coaching challenge, it's actually a challenge that I created for myself. It's not like I'm following this from something online or anything like that. I've actually built it for myself, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys, because it's original, and I believe that it could possibly help you in one way or another, whether it's with coaching or not. Okay? So to start, I'm going to talk about the time frame, all right? So for me, this coaching challenge is 6 months long. It started March 22nd and it's going to end September 22nd of 2020. So these dates were actually important to me, and September 22nd, it marks 1 year, a full year of going after this journey and starting Standout Society, this channel here. So March is the actual 6 month point of that. From September 2019 to March of 2020, that's 6 months. So then from March 2020 to September 2020, that's the last 6 months, which makes 1 year, okay? So that's why I decided to spend the last 6 months of my year going after this personal coaching challenge. And then after that year, I'm going to shift my focus. But until then, this is what I'm going to be working on, and that's my time period, okay? So 6 months, March to September. Now, these dates could be anything for you when it comes to your own goals, and it's pretty much just like what dates have significance to you. You know, it's whenever you want to set your goals by. Now, within the 6 months, I actually have 6 different themes. So I'm going to break it down a bit more. And this is something that I really suggest doing because I'm only 2 months in, and so far this is like proven to me that it actually is very efficient when it comes to getting work done and getting like a lot of things done in a bigger period of time. Now, when I say bigger period of time, I mean about a month, okay? Give or take a few days. So when I say I break it down, I kind of make compartments of 1 month each, and each month has its own theme. So I'll have 6 months, which means 6 themes total. Now for the coaching challenge, for my personal coaching challenge, what I have is 2 months of coaching. I had a month of research, and then just web presence and reaching out to people, and then reconstruction and studying what I've been learning. So this is how I personally laid it out. And I hope that by sharing this, I can give you guys a visual and maybe clarify how I'm doing it, and then you can see how you would like to do it in your own ways with your own goals. So for me, month 1 is research. Just researching what I need to do to be a good coach. Okay, how I need to approach people in the most efficient ways, some common questions, common complaints, things like this. Just researching, just commonly used terms. Anything that will help me with coaching, I'm researching that for the first month. So that's from March until April. Now from April until May, which is my second month, I go to outreaching. So now that I've done some research, I go outreaching and I start messaging people, making posts in Facebook group chats or social media group chats all over the place, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, wherever it might be. And I'm just reaching out to people and messaging them, asking them if they would like coaching, or asking them if they, just talking about their goals, if they have any goals that they could use help with, just being of service to others, and just outreaching with them and making phone calls, following up. So right now, I'm just establishing relationships. Now, that's the second month. So then when you go to the third month, which is going to be May to June, that is the actual month of coaching. So it goes research, outreaching, coaching. Now, for the third month, I do coaching. These are all the people that I've been outreaching to, the month before. Now I'm coaching a few of these people because I've established that relationship already, and they told me that they could use help. So now that I'm doing the coaching, I do that for the full month. And then the fourth month comes along and the theme changes. So for me, my fourth month from June to July will be web presence. And that's just like building content online. And now that I have a few people I've been working with, just sharing content and having those supporters like and comment so that others can come in and see that there's some activity on my page, and I can continue to build it up and just engage with others and do some more outreaching, of course, while I'm, working on web presence. So that is the fourth month's theme. And then it goes to the 5th month, which will be coaching again in my personal coaching challenge. So the 5th month will just be coaching, and I'm just going to do pretty much the same thing that I was doing in the 3rd month, although it's going to be after I've studied what I've already done. So it's going to be like new and improved. Just I'm going to look at what worked best, what didn't work, not so well maybe, and then put all that together and then reapproach it for the 5th month of coaching. Hopefully some of these clients will be existing clients from month 2 and month 3 that I've been reaching out to. Hopefully some of them will be new clients as well. And some of them could be you if you guys are interested. So leave a comment below or just direct message me, hit my email. You know how to do it, guys. So that is the 5th month. Then you go to month 6 for me, which will be from August to September. And month 6 is reconstruction. So I'm going to pretty much break down and evaluate everything that I had been doing for the past 5 months. I'm going to continue to work on all the previous things like researching, continue to outreach, continue to do some coaching, just like not majorly. It's not going to be my main focus, my main theme for the month. So I'll just continue to just provide resources for those that I'm working with, and I will continue to have my web presence. But in doing all this, my main focus is going to be reconstruction and figuring out my next move from there. So once that 6 months is up, I'm going to figure out a new time frame and a new approach. So what I would like to do. So pretty much I'm going to be doing in September what you guys could possibly be doing after watching this video, which is just creating this routine, this challenge, this schedule, whatever you want to call it for yourself. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing after that. So that is my personal coaching challenge, and that's how I have it laid out, okay? So 6 months, 6 themes, 1 theme every month. It's very simple. So now that that's been said, and like you guys have a clear vision, I hope, on how it's been laid out for me, I want to share why I've laid it out like this and why I believe it's so efficient and effective. So because I don't have so much pressure on myself with daily goals or weekly goals, which are good to have. I'm not saying they're not good to have, but in this case, for such a long-term challenge, it's, in my case, better to have a loose goal like this. And when I'm talking about loose and not so strict, I'm talking about the time frame that I've given myself. So yes, I've given myself 6 months of time, but I've also cut it down to 1 month. So then now that I have 1 month to do all of this outreaching, it's not like I have so much stress or so much guilt if I don't reach out for 1 day, because I'm going to do what's best for myself in the long run. So what I'm doing is I'm actually being my best self because I'm not having this extra stress or extra unnecessary pressure. Now, if this was like like if I had to accomplish this goal within a certain amount of time for some reason, if my goal was different or if there was just a deadline that I had to reach, then that pressure would be better to have. It would be better to have a stricter, tighter schedule. But in my case, I don't have that. That's why it's best for myself, and I will do my best having this loose schedule. So I really recommend, if your goal is something that, doesn't have to be done by this certain date, I do recommend having a bit looser of a schedule and just breaking it down, compartmentalizing it into like little chunks, okay, that you can just manage a lot better. So now that I have a full month for every theme, this gives me room to even chop it down more. So now, for example, when I was doing the researching in the first month, I had 1 full month of researching, right? But in that month, I could break it down. So 1 week, I focused on just reading this 1 book, listening to this 1 book on Audible or audiobook, So just reading the book, studying the book. And then the next week was just researching coaching terms and qualifications. Like, do you need any legal qualifications to be a coach? I didn't know this before I started, but then I dedicated a full week of my month just to learning things about coaching, just familiarizing myself with the whole concept of coaching. And yeah, so if you guys can see here, when you give yourself a loose schedule, you give yourself room to break it down even more. And it just it's very efficient. It's the best way to go about it, in my personal opinion, and with my personal goal, of course. So if you have a similar goal, this may be actually very beneficial for you to even at least try out. Yeah, so that is why I broke it down sort of in the themes and how I think it's efficient that way. Lastly, I want to share with you guys, and I want to give a visual for this, but let's hope this isn't backwards. I want to share with you guys a little trick. This is, for me, it's kind of a hack. And it's, call it a hack, call it a technique, call it whatever you want to call it. But this is a tool that I use. And this is something that is sort of behind the scenes of what I do. See, I just explained my coaching challenge, but I didn't explain this one particular part. So let's get the light out of the camera, and I'm going to share this with you guys, okay? So I told you guys that it was a 6-month period, okay? 6 months. Right? Now, I also said I started on March 22nd. So that's 03/22. And I am going until 09/22. Now stay with me here, guys. We're almost there, okay? So if you notice something, 22, 22, okay? This is 6 months, right? 6 months. However, when I started this challenge, it was 09, 22, 19, right? 2019. So from this to that is actually 1 year. Now don't worry, I'll get to the point, you guys. So we've got 1 year from September 22nd till September 22nd, 2019 to 2020. Now, the number 22, I circle it here because it actually plays a huge role in this challenge. There's a lot of significance to this number, and especially to me. So I understand that this is just my birthday number. This is just a number that my birthday happened on in September, okay? However, I chose to use these numbers, this exact number 22, and incorporate it everywhere in the challenge. And I mean almost everywhere. Of course, it's not like, you know, I'm going to be on the phone with a client for 22 minutes and then hang up. I just mean I'm using this number as a guideline, and I'm sorry for moving my camera around so much. I'm using this number as a guideline and as a tool to make things easy for myself. And I do this because you're just doing, when you use this certain number and you continue to use this number over and over again, you're literally just doing your brain a favor. You give it one less thing to worry about, which gives it room for that, you know, worrying about and focusing on something else that's more important. Okay? So yes, we have this number 22, right? I'm going to show you guys now the secret, or how it's behind the scenes, of how I use it in the coaching challenge, okay? So, researching, right? Research, which was month one. In researching, guess what I did? I had a morning challenge. Within my personal coaching challenge, I had a morning challenge, okay? So every morning I would wake up at 5 a.m., okay? And from 5 a.m. until 7:38, those 3 hours there, I did 22 tasks, okay? Now these tasks, of course, were all related to my coaching challenge. They were read this book, write this down, do this, do that, okay? So 22 tasks. Now, I went into month 2, which is where I'm at right now, okay? And that month is outreaching. Outreach, okay? Now, what I'm doing here with outreaching is I am reaching out to, take a wild guess here, you guys, come on. Of course, you know it, 22 clients. 22 potential clients, okay? So I've reached out to 22 people. And of course, I haven't reached out to 22 yet because at the time of this recording, it's May 2nd. So I've only been doing this challenge for like 10 days or so. 10 days out of the full month. I mean, I've only been doing this theme within the challenge for 10 days out of the month. All right. So yes, outreaching 22 clients. Now, out of these 22 clients, how many do you actually think will, you know, need coaching? Maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe none. Hell, I don't know yet. Well, actually, okay, at least 1, because I know that. So what I'm saying here, you guys, is using 22 clients and just using this number over and over again. I'm just making it easy on myself, because now I don't have to worry about, okay, like, am I reaching out to enough people? Am I not reaching out to enough people? Am I reaching out to too many people? What am I doing? Should I focus on just one? It just, there's this clutter, okay? And you guys could hear it in my voice, because that's how I would have been if I didn't know, okay? If I didn't know how many tasks to do, how many people to reach out to, okay? It's pretty much just structuring what I'm doing. So yes, what I'm doing is structuring my life and my days, how my day is going to go, but then you go deeper into that. And that's the thing about this, using this number. And for me, it's 22. For you guys, whatever your goal is or whatever has significance to you, that's up to you. However, like if you use something like this, use a technique of your own, it will help you so much because it just lets you go deeper. Just do it more efficiently, okay? And then that's how I've been using 22 so far. Month 3, 4, 5, and 6 have yet to happen. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've yet to decide how I'm going to incorporate 22 with them. But just to give you guys a quick example of what I might do, okay? Month 3 is coaching, okay? So I might do, I don't know, try to find 22, this seems sort of reasonable, 22 resources for our client, for our customer, 22 resources in a day, in a week. I don't know, it depends on the customer's needs, okay? But I'll base it off. But I'm sure I will use this as a guideline to structure how I'm going to be finding helpful resources and content for this client, okay? So I'm going to reach out to maybe people that could help them, and I'll try to reach out to 5 people and then find 10 videos, and that's 15 right there, leaving me just 7 things left to give to this client. So what it's going to do is give me another guideline. So that was for coaching. When I'm on web presence, month 4, 22 posts a day, okay? And that could be across all my platforms. That could be 10 tweets on Twitter, 10 posts on Instagram, 2 posts on Facebook, okay? So just like that, my mind doesn't have to worry about these things. It doesn't have to work for these things. It doesn't have to figure them out because it's already figured out. You guys see what I'm saying here, right? And it's so, so helpful. And this is like the behind the scenes work of what I can do. And like, this is what helps me. These are the things that help me. And these are the things that I want to share with you guys, because these things here are not the things that people talk about, because maybe they're not important, but they are important. They're just not, they're not at the forefront. They're not significant. They're behind the scenes, right? So when you like look into it like this, you can just let yourself approach it in a completely new way. Not necessarily a completely new way, but a completely deeper and more efficient way that you wouldn't have done before, or you haven't done before, okay? Month 5 is going to be coaching again. Who knows what I'll do? Maybe 22 resources, maybe 22 clients. I'm not sure yet. I haven't got there. Month 6, when it's reconstruction, 22 new ideas. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, okay? But you see what I'm saying, guys. This number is actually a huge, huge help when it comes to incorporating it with this challenge, with whatever challenge you're putting yourself up for, okay? So I really recommend finding yourself a number, finding yourself, it doesn't even have to be a number. It could be a word, some sort of theme. It could be something. I'm just familiar with numbers because what I'm doing, it just goes, it flows with what I'm personally doing, okay? For you, that could be anything. That's up to you to decide. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to show you what I'm doing and tell you what can help you, okay? And of course, you do this in your way. That's what will help you most. If my way seems like it'll help you most, then my way is your way. I'm giving this to you. I'm sharing this with you guys because I truly believe from the heart that this can help you. And I truly believe that this is something that's helping me so, so much. Okay? It's almost like I'm hacking it in a way, but I'm not actually hacking it. I'm just, I don't know, boosting it, I guess. I say that because like, I'm looking at it as like a car, and this is like me putting a turbo in it, okay? I'm just like going faster. And that's how it is. So yeah, here we are, 20 minutes into the video before I even realized that we're 20 minutes in, which is, that's great. I hope you guys followed along, and I hope that you guys actually gained something from this video, gained a little bit of value, gained a little bit of insights for your own personal goals, your own personal challenges, whatever it may be. And yeah, I just hope this video helped you, and I hope you enjoyed it, you guys. So yeah, if you did, feel free to, leave a comment, leave any feedback, leave a like, do what you want to do, guys, do your thing. Yeah, I've done my thing, which is, sharing my challenge. So that's all for the video, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully. Peace.